Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome back to Watching Chickies. Now here on day 174 of our broadcast. And Watching Chickies is the daily live stream here on Reddit, and then later YouTube, about the lives and development of these 3 young chickens. And right here, jumping into my lap, is our little ayam cemeni hen named Braveheart. And Braveheart is a lovely little hen, very affectionate, and just wanting to say hello to us today. Hello there, Miss Braveheart. Wiping your beak on my jeans, I see. Below us over here, in brown and gold, we have our onagadori hen named Kagome. And over here, our fuzzy little gray rooster named Stormy. And all 3 of them make one happy little flock here. And that's just sharing a little bit of lunch together over there. Oh, hello there, my little guy. Hello. Lots of little noises from them as they enjoy their food. It is a mix of organic pellets, a little bit of just some parsley flake, some red pepper flake. We also add sunflowers, pumpkin seeds, a little bit of some pine nuts. And yeah, it is quite a nice healthy mix for the birds as they grow up. So far today, there have been no new eggs, but that's all right. Both Braveheart and Kagome had an egg yesterday, so it is more than all right for them not to repeat that feat. Though it could be possible that they lay later in the day as well. Kagome has been showing a preference towards that behavior. And just a little quiet afternoon with them. Usually we air this broadcast a little bit earlier in the day, but I had a few things with work that kind of got in the way, and we only recently got home. So the chickens are happy to see us, and we're just going through today's stream. Yeah, Miss Kagome? Wanna say hi? Wanna say hi? Oh dear. Miss Braveheart, you wanna say hi? Hello, Stormy. Hello, little man. How you doing? Yeah, you being good? Yeah, you're the good one today? Okay, that's all right, Mr. Fluffy Butt. The girls do like scratching at their food. They like to kind of dump some of it onto the blankets, which, you know, ends up wasting a little bit of food sometimes when they don't end up eating everything. But, you know, it's just part of their process. It's part of their instinct. Mostly from when they're outside and they're just kind of scratching at the ground to try to find little bugs, to try to pick up some vegetation. So it's just natural chicken behavior there. And while you're watching, if you have any questions about the chickens or just want to chat, feel free just to join in. Otherwise, I just kind of talk about the chickens as they go about their day, as they just eat, as they grow, and as they play. We pick up our chickens every day. We give them pets every day. All 3 of these breeds are known for being quite people-friendly. And as a result, we have some pretty tame chickens here. I'm right here next to them, and it doesn't bother them one iota. They kind of see me as an extended member of their flock, just part of their family. Hello there, little Stormy. Looks like you're on watch at the moment. Yes, you are, little man. Gotta get on level with you. Yeah. Hello there. Yeah, it's Dad. Hello. Yeah. Oh, hello, Miss Braveheart. Hello. She does like climbing into my lap. And hello, Miss Kagome. Your feathers are looking beautiful today. So the chicken... Oh dear. Well, Stormy just tried to mate with Braveheart again. So these little chickens are members of our family and friends for life, so they will never be eaten. They do donate to us a few eggs on occasion. Both Braveheart and Kagome have been laying eggs as of late. They haven't laid any eggs today. Both of their breeds aren't really known for having many eggs, but both Braveheart and Kagome have been laying a lot more than their breeds normally provide. They are in a special devoted room to them here in our house. They do have an outdoor coop where they do spend the majority of their days. Hello, Miss Kagome. Hello, hello. Eventually, we will be hatching a few of their eggs. We will be, in that case, having little hybrid chickens, considering that their dad will be a silkie chicken, and their mom will either be our onagadori, named Kagome, or our ayam cemeni, named Braveheart. So this is just a special area that we have for them here in our house. It is in our split-level basement, so they have a devoted window. We do this to keep them safe from local predators like raccoons. And it also helps keep them warm here in the colder months. And when we have bad weather, like lots of rain or snow or more. Oh, hello there, Miss Braveheart. Just climbing up and down. Yeah? Oh, dear. There you go. Yeah, just talking to us. Tiny Detectives asks, are they all female? And no. Braveheart here and Kagome over there are our two hens. And over here is our one little rooster named Stormy. Yeah, Mr. Stormy. Whoa. And he just tried to prove he's a little man as he tried to mate with Kagome. Oh dear, oh dear. He's not managed to successfully mate with any of the girls yet. He's gotten close a few times, but he hasn't managed to get past their tail feathers yet. He's just found a little bit of food there to kind of nosh on. Oh yes, Stormy does have some fancy feathers. That's because he is a silkie chicken. The silkie breed originally came from China around 2,000 years ago, and they sport just this lovely, fuzzy, kind of furry feathering. They are covered in these feathers their whole lives. So it's not just that he's young, it's just a feature of his breed. And, you know, he does sport those lovely inbuilt trousers. He does have feathery little feet. And he actually has one extra toe as a result. Silkie chickens have 5 toes on each foot, as opposed to the 4 that most other breeds normally have. Braveheart here is our ayam cemeni. The ayam cemeni come from Southeast Asia, around the Java Islands. They are a species with hyperpigmentation, which means this black coloration goes all the way down to their very bones. And then, of course, last but not least, we have our Miss Kagome. And Miss Kagome is an onagadori, which is an endangered breed of chicken from Japan. The breed is well known for its lustrous tail feathers that can grow to be more than 20 feet in length, or over 6 meters. Kagome's tail feathers right now are about 15 inches long, or about half a meter. And 404 Ninja Not Found. Hello there. I hope you're having a lovely day, or at least I think now a lovely evening. The chickens are having a nice time now, eating together, just kind of clucking about after Lauren and I had to do a little work. Oh dear, Mr. Stormy. Oh dear, it's always about the mating with you, isn't it? We have collected the eggs from our chickens so far. We don't have any fertilized eggs because our little rooster here hasn't managed to seal the deal. But we have found some uses for the eggs. My partner Lauren does enjoy baking projects, so fresh eggs can be quite valuable for that. We got chickens because I've been just kind of interested in having chickens for quite a while. I saw my uncle when I was a kid raising chickens, birds, rabbits. I've had friends that have raised chickens. And during these times of pandemic, of extra time, I just saw my opportunity to get my own little flock here. And yeah, we haven't looked back since. We just got these fine feathery fellows. We've been raising them since the day after they hatched. And yeah, it's been quite brilliant. We've hand-raised these little chickens. They are now 174 days old. Oh yes, Tiny Detective, 5524. The roosters fertilize the eggs when they are within the chicken. A single mating can actually result in several fertilized eggs. But first, the rooster needs to successfully mate, which Stormy has not managed to do. What happens is, you probably saw him a couple times trying to do it. He jumps onto the back of one of the hens. He grabs on to the feathers, usually on the back of the neck, and then he does kind of like a little piggyback thing. The idea is, at that point, he would let the girls move their tail feathers, so he has access, and then he would mate. The actual process takes about just a couple seconds. Unfortunately, he hasn't gotten past their tail feathers yet. He hasn't figured out a way to get around their tail feathers, so he hasn't successfully mated. There we go. Well, we do know all of their names for this flock. Chickens do respond to loud noises, though it kind of stresses them out. Our chickens right here, the rooster is named Stormy. He is our little silky chicken. Over there in brown and gold is our onagadori hen named Kagome. And over there in black is our ayam cemeni hen named Braveheart. There you go, little guy. Yeah, you're clucking about. What you doing? You thinking? Oh my. What are you thinking in that little silky head of yours? There you go. There you go, little guy. What's that, Miss Kagome? You yelling at Mr. Stormy? Oh dear. What is going on? Wanna say hi? There you go, little one. There you go. What a lovely little hen you are. It is just such a shame that this breed is actually endangered. There are only 250 breeding pairs left in Japan. Oh dear. Oh Oh dear, Miss Kagome. She is very vocal. She's the little alpha chicken of our flock. She is Stormy's boss. She's Braveheart's boss. And she likes to think she is the world's boss. She does like to tell you if something is wrong with that little sort of trumpet voice of hers. But you know, she is quite the intelligent little chicken. Oh, Mr. Stormy, come here, my lad. Look at my fuzzy boy. There you go, just picking you up here for a little bit of dad time. Yeah, you get a little bit of dad time. Yeah, my dopey little guy. There you go. Our fuzzy little silky boy. So that blue spot on the side of his head is right by his ear. That little red spot is his wattle right underneath his mouth. And then he has that lovely sort of hairstyle that he's sporting that we do need to give him the occasional trim for. Tiny Detective, is there a way to tell the males from the females without an invasive inspection? That's a good question. We were able to tell the genders of our chickens by about the 3rd month in. It takes a little while for them. A good way to figure out if you have a rooster or a hen on your hands is a rooster tends to kind of walk with a bit more of an upright strut. They kind of walk, well, you can see that sort of strut that he's doing now, that little head shake that he's giving. Whereas the hens kind of walk a little bit more parallel to the ground. And Archer Fizz, thank you for the rocket like there. Much appreciated. And chickens are intelligent enough to learn commands. Braveheart over here, I've kind of trained her to jump into my lap on command. For a while there, I almost had trained our Kagome how to sit when she is on my shoulder. But she's kind of grown out of that phase, and I think I would need to start that training again. Stormy, well, I think we might have a little bit more of a problem training him. He's a very lovable little guy, but he is not our smartest chicken. He does his best. He has a lot of heart. So we love him. We love our little guy. And we love you too, Miss Kagome. Oh, yes, and Stormy does look like a little cloud, and that's why he was named that way. He was named by my partner's little sister, because when we first got him, she said he looked like a little living storm cloud. And he's now 174 days old. For the longest time, we actually thought that he was a girl. But he dissuaded us of that notion when he started to crow, and when, of course, he started to try to mate with the girls. Both of our girls. There we go, Braveheart. There we go. The ayam cemeni here, Braveheart, is known as quite an intelligent breed. In the Java Islands, they are regarded as, you know, a very lucky bird to have. And she has made quite the wonderful little companion. She's usually quite quiet, and she's just doing a little bit of preening here on my lap. When you start to be with chickens for a while, you notice they have a lot of behaviors in kind with cats. They spend a lot of their time cleaning up. They can be interested in little bursts of affection where they kind of come up to you and they look for pets, and then they can decide, no, I want to be by myself, give you a little bit of a peck, and then run off. Chickens are also well known for going after bugs. Chickens can even hunt mice and rats. So they're kind of like the cats of the bird world. Our little chickens do enjoy taking sand baths. Here in the corner, we have some cleaned beach sand that they like to use for that purpose. And of course, we have all of these interesting calls that they make throughout the day. Our Braveheart is just settling in here on my knee. She kind of likes to stake out my knee as her position. She likes looking up at me as she does so, just looking up at me for reassurance. I can occasionally give her a pet, but she mostly just wants to be next to me at times like these. She'll often just kind of look back at me, give me just like a little, not a hard peck, but just a little peck saying, no, 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 I'm not here for petting right now. I'm here for sitting. And I wouldn't want to disturb her anyway while she's doing a little bit of cleanup, as she's just going through all of her feathers, looking for any damaged ones, any one that is molting. And then she'll eventually kind of go right back here where her oil gland is, and she'll start to spread around a bunch of natural oils to protect the feathers. We don't have any other animals in the house. These are our sole pets at the moment. Though in the next few months, we will probably be hatching some fertilized eggs that hopefully Kagome and Braveheart will be producing, as long as Stormy eventually manages to mate with one of the girls properly. All of these little birds are members of our family and friends for life, so they will never be eaten. They're here to enjoy their lives, to live long and happy ones. They should have a lifespan of about 12 years apiece. If they were working birds, it would probably be a bit less, probably be more like 8 years. But we're not concerned with them, producing eggs all the time. When they go through the chicken equivalent of menopause, we will still happily have them as little companions. We just want them to have a good time. We want them to live lovely little chicken lives. And hey, we hope to see a new generation soon as well be added to the family. So far, we haven't seen much in the way of a maternal instinct from either Braveheart or Kagome. They have been perfectly content with just kind of laying their eggs, looking at what they've produced, and they just kind of walk away. They just kind of act like, oh, well, that came out my cloaca. That's odd. And then they don't really go to sit on it or anything. So we've just been collecting the eggs so far, using them because, well, otherwise they'd go rotten. Because none of them are fertilized. And we'll see once they start to have fertilized eggs. We'll mark one from Kagome and one from Braveheart. We'll see if we can get either of them to sit on the eggs. If not, we might have to go ahead and get an incubator. If we are going to get an incubator, we'll probably then have to raise the other chickies separately from Braveheart, Kagome, and Stormy. Because at that stage, they'll just see two very strange little chickens. They wouldn't have been involved in the birth, the hatching, so they might kind of view them as outsiders. So we might have to raise them in a brooder, like we did these 3 little chickens, and then introduce them once they are maybe around 3 months old. But hopefully Braveheart or Kagome kind of steps up to the bat and they kind of sit on the eggs. That would be the best sort of solution. That way they can actually raise the little chickens on their own. Oh, and thank you, Samemva and Yuliza about comments about my voice. I try to keep my voice kind of low and melodic for the chickens. Chickens can be sensitive little souls to loud noises. They can get stressed out quite easily, and we want them to live their best little chicken lives. If we do end up using an incubator, we might do something like we might set up a special stream in which we kind of stream the eggs hatching. I'm not sure. If they are being sat on by Braveheart or Kagome, we could always set up a little camera, by their nest while they're kind of on the little chicks. And Amber Leaf of Leaf Clan, hello there. And the chickens are saying hello today. Hello, Braveheart. Oh, a little itchy there, huh? Well, you're quite dexterous there with your feet. And it seems it's all about preening right now for the birds. They're having a nice time. They had a nice meal together, and I know they're happy to see myself and Lauren back home after we were gone all day. Braveheart's just cuddling up to me here. And the other two are just doing a little bit of preening. They're getting rid of just some dander, any damaged feathers, and just making themselves look presentable. Yeah, my little ones, yeah. So it's a good day for them today. No new eggs, but that's all right. Yeah. As long as they are comfy, as long as they're happy, that is the important thing. It's definitely a recharging part of my day, just watching them go about their business, just being their best little chicken selves, and of course, getting along. Stormy in general seems to be behaving the last few minutes. Occasionally he does like to go up to the girls and try to initiate mating, but they seem to take it in stride these days. He's on a couple of occasions now almost managed to mate with Braveheart. He just really needs to get past those tail feathers, and I'm sure he'll figure it out soon enough. Well, I could hear a few geese in the background. Oh, the birds heard the geese as well. Oh my, it gave little calls about that. What do you think, Braveheart? Can you still hear the geese? Yeah? All right. So the chickens are now 174 days old. We got them the day after they hatched. We got them from a place called Feather Lover Farms in California. They were overnight shipped to us through the United States Postal Service, and they've been with us ever since. We have streamed every single day of their lives here on Reddit, so they're probably some of the most well-documented little chickens that you've seen. Samemva, the reason that Braveheart here is completely black is because she is an ayam cemeni chicken. None of the chickens that you see here are standard breeds. The ayam cemeni come from Southeast Asia, and they have hyperpigmentation. Hyperpigmentation means that not only are her feathers black, but her skin is black, her muscles are black, her organs are black, and so are her very bones. Stormy also has hyperpigmentation, even though he has gray feathers. Ooh, a little talk between them. We have had about 14 eggs from our Braveheart here in the past, I'd say, 16 days or so. And in the past 5 days, we've had 3 eggs from our Miss Kagome. And Stormy's making a little noise right there. Oh, there you go. Actually, oh my, Braveheart's responding to that. Braveheart actually has pink eggs, and so far, Kagome has been giving us kind of like an off-white egg. Stormy is a little rooster here. He does crow occasionally. If I was to suddenly leave the room, he probably would start to crow to try to get me to come back. And they are kind of talking like little dinosaurs right now. It's mostly our little Stormy who's doing it, but occasionally our Braveheart is piping in. Ooh. What were you saying there, girl? Clever girl. Yeah. What were you saying? Oh, they definitely do talk to each other a lot. They talk through these little clucks that they make. They can make little purrs. They can make little growls. They can kind of crow. They can peep. There's definitely a variety of different tones that they can take. We spend a few hours with them each day. We sometimes can take one of them up with us to watch TV even. We have a little special wicker basket that they can go into. Stormy definitely has an interest in television whenever we play it. If he ever sees people sing, he likes to kind of start to crow. If he sees something with like military action in it, like let's say Stargate SG-1, he usually pays rapt attention to it. Kagome has very little interest in television. She's more about jumping around on the furniture, whereas our Braveheart here does enjoy just kind of being on my lap. I think she likes the warmth. She did kind of imprint on me quite deeply when we first got them. She was the first one out of the box. She kind of jumped up. She looked at me right in the eye. And ever since then, you know, she's been pretty close by my side. So they're kind of like a mix of indoor-outdoor chickens. They usually spend the majority of their days outside. And then we stream from inside. And then they come back inside to go to sleep at night. Today, the temperatures outside were a little bit below freezing, so we've kept them in today. A little bit too cold for these chickens, and because we just have 3, it's not too much to clean up after. We sweep and we mop about twice a day, which equates to about 15 minutes a day. And then we clean the blankets and towels every 2 to 3 days through a sanitized cycle in our washing machine, and then an antibacterial cycle on our dryer. Oh, and yes, chickens can be quite wonderful little creatures. You know, I've had a glorious time with them. Black White Panda 9, thank you for the Wholesome Award. That is much appreciated. We did actually get a few little bits of snowflakes today. So I assume we're probably going to get a bunch of snow this winter. For Eels, thank you for the Wholesome Seal of Approval. And Jason W. 99, thank you for the Hugs Award. Much appreciated. And no, our little chickens don't wear diapers. We sweep and we mop twice a day after them for any of the droppings that they do make. We collect those and we just add them to our compost bin. It makes quite good compost. You're seeing the chickens kind of get a little bit sleepy as they listen to me. Occasionally, my voice can kind of put them to sleep. It can definitely calm them. And you're seeing both Kagome and Stormy. You know, they ate a bunch of food just a few minutes ago, and now they're getting a little bit sleepy. And Toad69, thank you for the Hugs Award. Much appreciated there. How you doing, little Braveheart? She's quite warm here on my knee. You getting a bit of heat from me as well? Is that why it's your favorite little perch? Oh my, oh my. So we gave Stormy a little cuddle earlier. I might go ahead and pick up Kagome in a bit after Braveheart kind of has her fill of sitting down here. They have molted a few feathers. They have just kind of grown into adulthood. Both Braveheart and Kagome have only been laying eggs for a couple weeks now. Kagome's only been laying eggs for 4 days now. She's laid 3 eggs so far. Yes, you have, my lovely. So it's a pretty even split of them being inside and outside, depending on the weather and the temperatures outside. They are probably going to be spending a lot more time inside as the weather gets kind of colder and we start to get snow and stuff. We have been compensating for this by getting UV lights that we have in the room. The UV lights give them that extra boost that they normally would be getting from the sun that they can end up missing when they are inside. And we do try to keep them happy. I just don't want them to get too cold. None of these breeds are particularly cold weather hardy. So I don't want them to get into a situation where they're gonna, kind of fall ill by being outside. I'd rather have them be a little bit more comfortable inside and just have myself just have a bit more cleanup time as a result. Fortunately, all the chickens, Stormy, you sound like a deflating balloon right now. Oh my. Oh, hello there, Braveheart. Was that you trying to tell me to speak up a little bit more? There you go, girl. Yeah? Hello. Yes, silkies definitely don't like cold, but they really hate cold mixed with moisture. Once you get a silky wet, it is very hard to kind of dry them. We've had to give Stormy a couple of baths in his life as he's trying to sneak up on Kagome to try to mate with her. I saw that, Stormy. But fortunately, we have discovered he does enjoy the blow dryer. So we've kind of had to give him a little blow dry to get him dry before. He seems to enjoy the heat. He gets nice and fluffy afterwards. We might actually have to give him a little foot bath in a day or two because his feet are getting kind of messy lately. Yeah, I saw that little saunter you were giving Miss Kagome when you thought her back was turned. He definitely has mating on the mind these days. And Miss Kagome sometimes does not appreciate that, because she is the leader of this little flock. Oh, trying to be so innocent now, little Stormy. He's just working on a little bit of preening now. Kagome's just kind of talking to him. And hopefully he stays a perfect little gentleman here. So Kagome is spelled with the Japanese spelling, which is really just 3 letters in katakana or hiragana. And so it's Kagome. So Kagome. Oh. and there he goes. He runs off after unsuccessfully trying to mate with Miss Kagome. Oh dear, oh dear. So their feed right now, I have some kind of prepped over here to give them some more. This is a mix of organic pellets that I have here, and we have pumpkin seeds in there, unsprouted green pumpkin seeds, pine nuts. We have some crushed red pepper in there. We have a little bit of parsley. We add some flax seeds, sunflower seeds, and that gives them quite a lot of nutrition. I am looking at my stream now, and we still appear to be going, so I don't think we're frozen at the moment. It does happen occasionally here on our pan. So we are still going. I'll type a little response here. So yeah, they do have a variety of different foods that they enjoy. Sesame seeds are definitely a favorite for them that they haven't had in a while. So guess what, guys? Whoops, no, that's parsley. Oh, Miss Kagome already came running, because I think she heard sesame seeds. You want to come here? You want to come here? Want the sesame seeds? I think she wants the sesame seeds as well, Miss Braveheart. Oh. There you go. Few lovely sesame seeds for the chickies. Oh, and Amber Leaf of Leaf Clan. Well, I hope your practice goes well today. We are going to let the chickens mate when they want to. Stormy still has not managed to successfully mate with any of the girls yet. Our eventual plan is to hatch one egg from Braveheart and one from Kagome and just go from there. Miss Kagome, go for the actual seeds. There we go. There you go, Mr. Stormy. Mr. Stormy quite loves all the little sesame seeds. There you go, my lad. There you go. We do pet our chickens. I'll give Stormy a little bit of a pet right after this. I'm just doing a little bit of hand feeding right here, which he kind of prefers. There you go, little man. There you go. I am not sure if the girls will actually hatch an egg on their own. So far, they haven't shown much of an inclination to actually sit on their eggs. They've just kind of hatched them, and they've kind of laid them, and they've just walked away. They haven't shown any sign of going back to sit on them or to take care of them. So I'm not sure if they're going to be up to hatching eggs. So we might have to get an incubator when that time comes. Oh, Stormy already wants to be a little player. Stormy is definitely trying to mate with the girls whenever he has a chance. It's just he hasn't really been successful yet. He keeps trying. He gives it the good old college try, but he constantly has things come up to stop him. The thing that has stopped him recently has been the fact that he is unable to get past their tail feathers when he gets up there. But right now he doesn't care about that because he has some lovely sesame seeds to eat. So chickens will lay eggs regardless of if a male is there. So if they haven't properly mated, all of the eggs will be unfertilized. And, this is because eggs are basically just chicken periods. They will start to produce eggs once they come of age. And then once they get older, they'll go through their version of menopause and they'll stop producing eggs. Yes, and our little Stormy will most likely eventually figure out how to properly mate. But until then, we're just kind of going to watch him stumble along as he learns. There you go, little one. There you go. So while he's happily eating some of the sesame seeds there, I'll just let him go. Once they're done, I'll pick Stormy up for a bit and we'll give him a pat. He is quite the little cuddler, him. And the only real difference between fertilized eggs and unfertilized eggs is that when you get a fertilized egg, it will have a very tiny little white spot on the yellow yolk. A fertilized egg will not develop unless it reaches a certain temperature. I believe it is 89 degrees Fahrenheit, and it has to be for a sustained period of time. After about 10 days of being at that temperature, what we would do is we would take the egg, we would bring it up to a light source like one of these lights, and we would look to see if there's any embryo development inside. If there was a little chick in there, we would start to see little veins in there. We would start to see the little outline of an embryo. Otherwise, we would have a rotten egg on our hands that we would have to throw into the garbage. If you let